Hi, it's your coach, Joe Lucas, and welcome to Wednesday. Hey, hope March is off to a great start for you. And just as a reminder, this is the last month of the first quarter. So in a few weeks, 25% of 2018 is in the books. So please make each and every day count. Today's a little bit of a story. In our industry, the advice industry, right? Financial planning, financial advice, financial consulting, financial coaching. Anytime you deal in a compliant-based industry, there's some rails here, right? And what a lot of my clients and I think a lot of you look for is how do we become unique? How do we become different? How do we elevate? How do we give somebody a unique experience, right? And the reality is, I think a lot of things in life are cyclical. So what's old is new again, right? And vice versa. So here's the backstory. For my business, I fly a couple times a month. I go see my platinum partners, speaking, I'm hosting meetings around the country. And just because where I live in the Southeast, Delta is our preferred carrier. Now, like you, I think most people look at flying as a total commodity-based enterprise, right? And quite frankly, it's not even a nice experience most of the time, right? Delays, packed planes, all that jazz. However, recently, my wife and I were coming back, actually from Atlanta, Georgia. We just wrapped up one of our Magellan strategic days. And, we're flying home, and, best flights are the flights that have what? No issues, right? Things quiet, cool, no big deal. And, I've been flying my entire adult life. So I couldn't tell you how many flights I've been on. Some of you will definitely eclipse even what I do. But for the first time, I got one of these. A thank you card. Now, it was not mailed to me. This was handed to me at the end of my flight by a young flight attendant. And I thought that was, okay, really cool. So this was handled like that, right? Kind of like thank you. Those on the podcast don't have the visuals on YouTube. Kind of there's like a plane on top, a little thank you on top, and really cool. Nice, right? With a little Delta logo and things like that. And I was handed this. Okay, no big deal, right? Standard stuff, right? It's probably got some pre-printed gunk on the back. So I flip it over, and then I realize it was in the young man's handwriting. I'm going to read this to you, okay? And by the way, he did this with everybody in our cabin. Dear Mr. Lucas, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you for flying with us today. Thank you also for being a medallion member with us. It truly is passengers like you that make my job not only great, but also make Delta the airline that it is today. This is all handwritten, by the way. Thank you so much for your continued loyalty. All my best and safe travels. And I think his name is David. I think his handwriting is worse than mine, quite frankly. But think about this. Here, and when you guys fly, flight attendants are busy, man. It's very rare, especially on short flights. This is a 50, 55-minute flight. This is not a long flight. He still took the time to write everybody in my cabin a note. What do you think think about what that says. Why am I even talking about this today? Because I was blown away. And then I sit there, and then we just get back from Fort Lauderdale, right? We have our study group, our winter study group meeting. And, we start talking about, how do we become different? That's always a topic we seem to have around the table. And the bottom line is, it's the little things. It's the little handwritten thank you notes, the accessory cards. Look, anybody can blow an email, and I think this is the key thing. I think a lot of the younger millennial type advisors, and even some of the maybe I think Gen Xers, email's easy. It does not take a lot of energy and effort to put a little blurby out there and click send, right? But imagine every time you met with a prospect or a center of influence, or maybe every time one of your top clients came in and you did a review for them, this is not more than a couple minutes, right? And then you write it out, you hand it to the assistant, hey, get this out to somebody, or create something like your own. That little personal touch, that little personal note, I think in a sea of technology, with texting and emailing and God only knows what's coming down the pike, that going back to a simple handwritten thank you note thank you card. Taking a moment to just do that can make all the difference in the world for you. Now, simple, not easy, takes time. Got to make it a priority, right? But imagine the impact that you would have with your clients, your prospects, your business partners, your centers of influence if you were to take the time and just jot stuff down. Now, here's the key thing. I remember I said, and I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'm going to try to put this in the. If you look on, if you get guys on YouTube, you can see this. This is not like, beautiful writing here. It is not, okay? Not the point. The intent is what matters. So give that some thought. What can you do, the little things that would mean a lot in your relationships? Have a great day. I'll see you very soon.